Hey, what's going on, friends? Mike McFarland here. Going to give you a public rundown for the world famous Lake Fork, March 30th. Very interesting night last night. Before I get into the report, I'll share something funny with you. I was sitting on the couch last night going through Facebook, and I saw that somebody said the power is out here in Northeast Texas, specifically surrounding Lake Fork. And of course, power wasn't out at my home here. But it was real odd because I thought, well, that's interesting. I still have power. And I couldn't have said 3, 2, 1, blackout. Big storms last night, quite a bit of rain, brought some really cool changes to the lake, a little bit of elevation rise, nothing major to really influence anything. But public report right here for the world famous Lake Fork, March 30th, 2022. As always, let's go to the board. Talking about water temperatures. They are above the 54-degree mark, which if you follow me, I'm thankful. We talk about the 54 degrees. It's got to be above 54 degrees. Mark Peck's drilled that into us. He taught so many of us guides. He taught so many of his friends and the public that when that lake's above 54 degrees, you should be catching fish. And we are. Fishing is awesome on Fork right now. Water temperatures, 58.3 on Monday, 58.7 yesterday. And even with enough rain to bring the lake up only a couple of inches, we're still holding 57.8 on the main lake, with backwaters reaching 60 degrees still. This means spawning fish. There's no doubt that the fish are spawning. Water clarities, 0 to 1. I'm assuming that some of the settling from last night's rain needs to happen to bring back some of the backwater visibility. So the backwaters are probably a little more to the 0 to 2, 3 inch. But the main lake itself has a good clarity. It has that Lake Fork green look in a lot of places. But the better look is the gunmetal blue. Gunmetal blue, when you look across the lake, gunmetal blue means clear water. And it's just easier fishing, I think. But that's also kind of a personal feel. Some guys like real dirty water. Some guys like clear water. Lake level, Monday, 396.60, 396.59 yesterday, and 396.74 as of 20 minutes ago, Wednesday afternoon. So really not a lot of change, probably only like 1 3/4 inches that the lake came up. But we are rising. And I want you to remember, when I teach all the time, rising water rises the fish. It means it brings them in. They come in, they move up onto the shores. They move up. The more it rises, the more they rise. And it couldn't be better time because the spawn is on right here at Lake Fork. All right. The SRA report news about the dam. I haven't got any reports yet this week, but I believe everything is about the same. They're still working. There's repairs that are almost finished. And when they are finished, they go to the board, they go to the directors, they get the final engineer approval, and we don't have to worry anymore. Anything below surface is being repaired by the scuba divers and the underwater concrete, which the underwater concrete is actually functioning and working better than the above concrete, the out of water concrete. So I really feel that we don't have to worry. We're going to get some good April rains, and we should be able to keep that water. And when I get Friday's report for you, I will make sure that I speak to SRA and have a little more details of where we actually are exactly at. Weather outlook. If you come into Fork the next 3 days, it looks really good. Tomorrow might be a little windy, 10 to 20 mile an hour winds, but good temperatures, 39 degrees for a low, 69 for a high. Friday, 49, 75, and then again 51 and 78 on Saturday. Those are beautiful, comfortable spring temperatures. Low winds, 5 to 10 variable winds on Thursday, and again on Friday, and again on Saturday. So if you're coming to Lake Fork, expect a pretty good weekend. As I said, the fishing is pretty darn good. If you've been following me on Facebook, the Lake Fork Adventures Guide Service, or Instagram, the Lake Fork Guide, you've seen that we are catching some big, big fish. Brooke, my really good friend Brooke, has put the hammer to some giant fish. My clients have put some hammer to the giant 6, 7, 8, and almost 9-pound bass. We have not broke the 9-pound mark yet, but Brooke the other day had 3 fish in the 8-pound range, a 7-pounder, several 4.5s. My clients had several 5-pounders. You take the best 5 on that day, and it truly was a 37-pound plus sack. It's amazing. Do the math. 8.5 times 3, add 7 and a 5. I think my math puts me right about 37 pounds. That's what it was, promise you. Anyways, what we're doing, Main Lake, I'm going to share with the public a little bit. Main Lake stuff, big swim baits, big square bills, spinner baits, chatter baits. It's a mix. You got to be in the right place. And it's really cool. The other day I was talking with some of my clients about it. And we were talking about the baits and how good the baits are. And uniquely enough, my client said, Mike, it doesn't matter how good at arrows you have, it's still the hunter. I was pretty intrigued by that. I'm a very humble person, but you got to be doing it right. And here's the reason I'm sharing this with you. You got to be in the right place, okay? You have to be in the right place. Just because you're throwing the right bait, you have to throw the right bait, throw it correctly, and be in the right place, okay? So backwaters are also some of the right places right now to catch fish. They're getting ready to spawn, okay, on beds. They're on bass on beds. So wacky worms and trick worms and chatterbaits in the backwaters can catch those fish. But again, you got to be in the right part of those backwaters. This is a giant lake, 39 miles long, 330 miles of shoreline. If you pick the wrong section, you might think the fishing isn't any good. Okay, where I'm leading you is, yes, to subscribe to my members only channel. In my members only channel, I talk about the rule of 3. On my Facebook page, I just shared a memory of Mr. Mark Pack. Rest in peace, my friend. But one of the best fishermen to ever fish on Lake Fork. In fact, he was one of the very first guides here 38 or more than 38 years ago. Lake Fork exists, and the fame of Lake Fork and the big fish because of Mr. Mark Pack. I'd ask you, please, go find the video where Mark Pack sat right here in this studio when it was in the beginning. Okay, it was just the big garage. It was the corner. It wasn't this beautiful soundproofed lighted studio that it is today. But Mark Pack sat right here with me, and we discussed the rule of 3. That is on my personal page, Mike McFarland Facebook. That is on my Lake Fork Adventures guide service. And I boosted the post and shared it out to the world because I wanted everybody to see Mark Pack in his best, who's taught the rule of 3, shared it with me, and I am merely walking in the steps of a legend. I'm following in the steps of a legend. I can see him smiling on me right now that I'm teaching you all this. If you really want to know what the rule of 3 is, you have to subscribe to my members only channel. It's $4.99 a month. That's it. You buy more fishing lures, you spend more money, and I'm going to put you, once you understand this concept, I'm going to put you in those right places, give you the exact tools, the right arrows, and how to shoot them, the right lures, and how to use them, so that you are now the successful hunter. Okay? That's it, man. Like I said, it's a big lake. If you want to know exactly where to be, subscribe to the members only. I'm very grateful that you have subscribed to the public channel. Very grateful to have you here. Trying to make sure I still give you good content because I want you to stay with me in the public. All right? Excellent, excellent fishing on Lake Fork right now. No reason to run from it. Big fish being caught. If you come, though, the lake is still low. I want you guys to realize something. Lake Fork Super Trails, my really good friend, Curtis Daniels, did more than his homework. He's been in every single cove. He's been in and out of every inch of this lake. Not only did he do it once, but he did it 6 times. So once he had made the trails, he went back over those 6 additional times. He burned the fuel, and he put over 6 weeks of hard work in these super trails. Not only do I endorse these super trails, but as you can read right here on this card, MLF and BAS Master Elite Pro Tested, Approved, and Recommended. Okay, that's all facts right there, you guys. The BASS Elites are on their way here. They're coming in May, and we have all of them. Every single angler has obtained, basically every single angler. I can't say it fair to, probably not 100%, I'm going to be honest, but 90%, I mean literally almost every single one of these anglers has been given this deal and they love it, and they approve it. Okay, so MLF and Major League Fishing and the BASS Elites have approved this, tested this, and highly recommend it. All right, where can you get the Lake Fork Super Trails? Lake Fork Marina. It's $60. With the low lake conditions right now, it's going to save you. It's going to allow you to get anywhere you want, in and out of any cove, in and anywhere on the whole entire lake without bumping, banging your boat. When the lake comes back up, we're going to really be able to run those and be more expeditious in attacking the lake. It's available for Lowrance. It's available for Humminbird, both Helix and Solix. And guess what? Within the next 24 hours, I'm almost sure it is coming through for the Garmin version. All right? Man, with that being said, I can't thank you enough again for your subscription to Mike McFarland Fishing, the Lake Fork Guide, McFarland's Corner, and this public rundown. Appreciate you watching. You guys, if you come to the lake this weekend, I wish you all the most safe time and the very best of big bass fishing.